Now, coming up in our latest Hotline documentary dubbed Desert Tomatoes, JoyNews' Prince Apia tells a story of how some local farmers grapple with the cultivation and sale of tomatoes and are finding it less rewarding. The situation, according to Prince in this documentary, is compelling the farmers to switch to rice production. The second part of that documentary, Desert Tomatoes, airs at 6:30 p.m. today on your most authoritative news channel, JoyNews. You don't want to miss that. Well, here is an excerpt.
In this documentary, I travel with my colleague Nana Asenso-Mensah to some tomato producing areas in Ghana and Burkina Faso to investigate challenges from the farm gate to the market center. The planting season is here, and tomato farmers across the country will have to plant the season crop in anticipation of good harvest. It's just another day on the farm of Clement Kansaki. He's lived all his life in Avrongo. For more than 30 years, Clement cultivated tomatoes on a large scale.
I started farming in 1981. The time that finished this project, we started farming granules. About 2 years' time, when we produce tomatoes, getting to some time, the tomatoes, they are not buying because you can produce the tomatoes. In fact, this land is about 1,500 hectares. The other part we use for tomato. By getting to some time, we can produce tomatoes and it will rot. You can't get those who come to buy because they say the tomato is soft.
But today, Clement has switched to rice. There's no ready market these days.
For tomatoes, you can harvest so many times, but for rice, you can only harvest once. If something can be done about it so that we can come back to tomato production, we'll be very happy. At a point, we created a barrier at the Paga border that won't allow the women to import from Burkina Faso. But after a while, they went back. They claim our tomato is soft and has a short shelf life. Ghanaian scientists should find out what is wrong with our land.
Clement is hoping rice will provide a better livelihood. Our team moved to Akumadan. Akumadan is synonymous with tomato cultivation. It is one of the crop's major growing areas in the country. 50-year-old Sarah Nana Equiabwache is transplanting more than 500 tomato seedlings for today. She is assisted by a farmhand who waters the plant behind her. Nana Equia, as she is affectionately called, expects a good harvest from a 20-acre farm.
We produce a lot of tomatoes here. There is no ready market. Most of our produce go waste, but we can't stop growing them. We are hopeful that someday there will be a ready market. The traders claim our tomato is watery and soft. They also say our tomato has shorter shelf life. That is why they don't buy anymore.
She's not alone. There are others working in the scorching sun, either nursing or transplanting on this 1,500-acre piece of land. Farmers at Akumadan rely mainly on the irrigation facility constructed by government over 30 years ago to water their crops.
Prince Apia filed that report, and of course it's a Hotline documentary that's airing 6:30 tonight. Prince joins us from our Kumasi studio. Let's find out what to expect. Prince, tell us more. Well, Prince, I'm unable to hear you. Let's see if we can get this working once more. Let's try it again. If you can hear me now, Prince, and hopefully I can hear you, tell us what to expect in this documentary at 6:30 p.m.
Hello, Gifty.
Now tell us what to expect later this evening.
All right, so yesterday we had the tomato traders tell us where they get their tomatoes from, why they don't patronize the locally used tomatoes. Today we'll be hearing from the traders what kind of torture they go through, the abuse on the way to Burkina Faso. Sometimes they are forced to pay certain amount of money they are not supposed to pay. So a lot of extortion on the way. So the challenges they go through from Ghana to Burkina Faso and back to Ghana is what we are going to hear from most of the traders and some players in the tomato trade in this documentary tonight.
Prince, let me find out from you personally. And I've seen a bit of the video where you were on the truck, etc. Personally, what did you go through following the story and wanting to tell it?
I was shocked as to what kind of experiences these traders were going through. Interestingly, in Burkina Faso, even before we entered, the security checkpoints didn't want us to take our cameras into the country. We told them we were journalists, but they wouldn't allow us. So at a point, we had to hide the cameras and other gadgets used for filming. And so at every checkpoint, we were scared that the security man there would arrest you because you are carrying gadgets they've asked you not to carry, into their country. And they didn't give any tangible reasons they didn't want us to take the cameras into their country. So at every step, scared. And at a point in time in Burkina Faso, we're told that some Ghanaians were even had been attacked at dawn around 4:30 because they are just coming into the country to buy tomatoes. There we realized the magnitude of the situation and what we are there for. So every step in the journey was scary. It felt you could be arrested at any point in time because the policemen are not friendly at all.
Well, thankfully you were not arrested and you're back. But the policemen not being friendly, could there be a specific or peculiar reason for this?
I think they had a hint that we were there because of the tomato trade, and we were told that it extorts so much from the tomato traders, and the tomato traders have been complaining to almost everybody in the country without any positive results. So they felt that it is a threat to the job they are doing, and we might expose them. So that is why when they realized that we were journalists, they were trying to prevent us to take our cameras in, but we're successful anyway.
There are a lot of women, and I don't know if there's any man who does this tomato business. It appears that it's a woman thing. So these women that you've been engaging, Prince, which of them has a story that particularly strikes you? Because despite all the hurdles that they go through, they don't stop. They keep going. Which of them has a story that's particularly striking that you can share with us?
Almost all of them. I should say that it is not only the women embark on this journey. There are men as well, because in a truck, for instance, there are about 20 people in the truck. Some men who are called the loading boys, they help load the tomatoes from farm gate to the truck for the transportation. And there are other in there as well. And these men will tell you that at point in time, let's say there's an accident in the way, for instance, the policemen will not allow you to move. Okay. They're going to detain you and torture you. Will not ask any questions at all.
Okay.
They will torture you until they feel they are okay before they are alive. And so many of these instances, these drivers, when they are allowed to, they don't survive. They get back to Ghana and they die as a result. So almost all of them. See, some of the traders come back to Ghana. They are unable to get the tomatoes they went there to buy because the latest was supposed to help them negotiate for better prices.
Right.
They add some of the costs on whatever they've already negotiated, and it raises the prices. And at the end of the day, they come back to Ghana. They are unable to settle where they went for the loans and all that.
Okay.
Some owe so much. Some have committed suicide. All that. So the stories are
many, and I'm sure that we're all looking forward to it, to the second part of that documentary, Desert Tomatoes. Prince Appiah, thank you very much for that update. So look out for it at 6:30 p.m. tonight. Desert Tomatoes. It is